Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, a bit of a different format for this video. I'm out here walking around near the river, but we're going to be talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. I went and saw it last night, did a midnight screening at my local cinema, and it was absolutely packed. The hype, the anticipation around this movie was just absolutely crazy, and the initial reactions that we read on the channel the other day were absolutely correct. So this movie has plenty of violence, plenty of gore, but it has the heartfelt moments that really kind of hold this movie together. So it's not just in there, it's not just mindless violence, it's not just characters jumping around kind of gutting each other apart that has no meaning. There's actually heartfelt parts of the story. Deadpool's looking for meaning in his kind of universe. And the general thoughts of the movie is just really well held together. The chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman is it just works. Like the whole bromance between these two actors, you can see that they're having so much fun making this movie, and it comes across, and the audience have a great time as well. But we're going to do a mini review here, guys. It's not going to be major in-depth. I want to talk about the points that stood out to me, and maybe some of the things that were a little bit negative in the movie for me as well. So let's get into it. And I'll just give my general overall thoughts about it. So guys, if you somehow missed it, in the title and the thumbnail, this is going to be a spoiler, kind of open spoiler discussion about Deadpool and Wolverine. So prepare yourselves for that, guys. If you haven't seen the movie, bookmark this video, come back to it after you've seen the movie. But let's talk about it. I'll try and talk about it in order of events that happen throughout the movie. It's not going to be a major in-depth review, but I'll do my best here. So the opening scene, Deadpool is looking for Logan in our universe. He finds out Logan's dead, digs up Logan's corpse, and he basically uses Logan's dead corpse as a weapon to fight the TVA. Actually taking the claws off of Logan's dead corpse, and he uses the adamantium-clawed from Logan's dead corpse to fight TVA agents. And he's kind of fighting them to Backstreet Boys, and it's slow motion, dancing, all the kind of cringiness that you expect from Wade Wilson in a fight scene. But opening to the movie was absolutely genius. The choreography, the fighting was just incredible. So yeah, I mean, the opening, just one of the craziest openings I've seen to Marvel in a very long time. So then we get Deadpool. He goes looking for Logan in different universes, because in our universe, obviously, in our timeline, obviously Logan is dead. So he goes looking for other Logan variants to try and find one to help him save his timeline. So he goes to different universes, and that's when we get the Henry Cavill Logan cameo. It was rumors all over the place. Seeing Henry Cavill as Logan was just all kinds of crazy, but that was great to see Henry Cavill in there in a Marvel role playing Logan. That was great. But eventually he ends up finding Logan at the bar, the one that we see in the trailer, the one that's in the movie. And that's when we have our first fight scene. We go into our fight scene where we have Deadpool and Logan. The first fight scene is as graphic and as gory and as bloody as everything you want it to be, stabbing each other in all kind of body parts, all kinds of crazy. Then we get our first cameos. So we get Chris Evans, who Chris Evans appears on the scene, and at first you think Chris Evans is going to be Captain America, but then he turns out to be Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four, which the whole audience just shook. It was crazy to see Johnny Storm back. And yeah, he does the flame on and everybody just reacted, went crazy. Also we get Beast, Logan's brother, and Wolverine and Beast, like they have a fight. I think that's his name, Beast. Sabretooth, sorry, not Beast. So we get Logan and Sabretooth having a fight. That was great to see. And yeah, so we get Pyro as well. So that's our first few cameos. Pyro, Sabretooth, and Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four, played by Chris Evans. But seeing Chris Evans back on screen in any capacity in Marvel was just fantastic to have him back. So that's the first bunch of cameos, which was great. Massive pop from the audience there. So next our characters end up being captured, and they get transported to the massive Ant-Man base where Casandra Nova has set up base. This is in the Void. So they've all been kind of tasered out of the TVA, and they end up in the Void. That's where variants from different universes end up, who don't play nice on the timelines. The TVA sends them to the Void. Casandra Nova is kind of in charge there. She's been there most of her life. She's just as powerful as Charles Xavier. She has, you know, mind telekinetic abilities. And so Wade Wilson, Logan, and Chris Evans, Johnny Storm end up at the base. And Wade Wilson is giving it the mouth and ends up getting Johnny Storm, aka Chris Evans, killed. Casandra Nova does the telekinetic powers and rips the flesh from his body, and a sack of bones just fall on the floor. And it was literally gobsmacking moment, like what the just literally ripped the skin off his body, and then you see a bunch of bones and they just fall on the floor, and everyone was just like gobsmacked. It was an absolutely crazy moment in the film, I have to tell you guys. So after their confrontation with Casandra Nova, we get Logan and we get Wade Wilson. They come across Nicepool, so it's a variant of Deadpool, but this guy is nice. He's called Nicepool, and his pet is Dogpool, and that's where we're introduced to Dogpool. And obviously our Deadpool falls in love with Dogpool, wants to keep a hold of him. So yeah, that's quite fun, being introduced to Dogpool and Nicepool. And then Nicepool offers his car. Logan and Deadpool get into Nicepool's car. They start driving to where they need to go. They end up having a huge fight in the car, and again, a lot of blood, a lot of craziness, having Logan and Deadpool having a huge fight scene inside this car, just shredding each other to pieces. And yeah man, the bloodiness, the goriness of that fight scene is second to none. Probably the best fight scene in the movie in my opinion. And yeah, they both kind of pass out. They fight all into the night. They pass out, and a mysterious driver gets into the car in the morning and transports them to this kind of secret base. So they kind of get to this secret base, and then next thing we know, we get a whole load of cameos walk into the room, and we find out who it was who transported them to this base. So the cameos here were absolutely insane. So we start off with Elektra, then we had Blade, Wesley Snipes' Blade, right? After that, we had Gambit. Gambit, oh my god, seeing Gambit there, a comic accurate Gambit, and that was fantastic to see Gambit there. And we had X-23 as well, obviously, but we knew that she was going to be there because we saw her in the trailer. So all these characters team up with Logan and Deadpool. They go to confront Casandra Nova. There's a big fight scene that ensues with all of her henchmen, which is great to see. And yeah, I mean, that fight scene there, seeing X-23, seeing Elektra, seeing Blade, with Deadpool and Logan all fighting together. The CGI looked great, the action was great. Wesley Snipes' Blade could still bring it, even though the guy's getting a little bit older. So it was still great to see. Elektra did fantastic. X-23, again, savage as hell like she was in the Logan movie. And it was a great fight scene right there. After that confrontation, Deadpool and Logan, they come to our secret timeline. They end up in New York. Next thing you know, a huge portal opens and this Deadpool gang comes out. And at the start, we have Lady Deadpool at the front, like you saw in the trailer. And behind her, there is a whole load of Deadpool variants. And seeing all these Deadpool variants was absolutely insane. We had like a Western Deadpool, we had a baby Deadpool, we had a floating skeleton head Deadpool, obviously Lady Deadpool. There was a cyborg Deadpool, a Kidpool, all the kind of Deadpools that you could imagine that you've ever seen in the comics. And Logan and our Deadpool fight this massive gang of Deadpool variants. There's blood, there's guts, the fight is just insane. But by the time they've, you know, fought all their way through this Deadpool variant gang, they're all dead on the floor. There's guts and blood all over the place. And then because they have they can regenerate their health, you know, all of the corpses get back up off the floor. So it's kind of funny. And yeah, but I mean, that scene there with Deadpool and Logan fighting the Deadpool gang was just, I mean, it just took the movie to another notch. It was kind of all kinds of silly. Was it a bit too silly? Probably, but in a Deadpool movie, you can never be too silly. So that was great. And then it takes us to the end of the movie where Casandra Nova is basically trying to destroy all the timelines. I'm not going to go into too much detail. She's trying to destroy all the timelines. She has a time ripper, basically that's what it's called, as a machine that can destroy several timelines at the same time. Deadpool and Logan have to stop her. There's an antimatter machine, so Deadpool and Logan, they kind of link arms to stop this antimatter machine from being activated to destroy the timelines. Also, we get a look at Logan's mask for the first time. He pulls his mask up and we get to see the iconic Wolverine mask. And they did a great job with the design. It's very simple, it's exactly what you want it to be. It has the whited out eyes, same as Deadpool's mask. And it looks fantastic in action, it looks great. So yeah guys, that's kind of my mini review. I know it's not as good of a review as, sorry, Jeremy Johns does or something like that. I'm pretty new to doing reviews on the channel. I mostly talk movie news. I don't do a lot of reviews, so do excuse me if I miss something out. But yeah, I mean, it was heartfelt, it was bloody, it was action-packed, it was funny as hell. It's exactly what Marvel should be doing. They should kick out the executives and give Ryan Reynolds the job of running the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be saying that now after watching this movie. They're going to say, put Ryan Reynolds in charge, make him do all the Marvel films. But him and his team did a fantastic job. It was the absolute right choice to make this movie. It's going to make all the money in the world. But guys, I throw it off to you. Once you've seen the movie, let me know what you think of it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What stood out to you? What did you find negative? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section below. But before you go, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more videos. And I will see you in the next one.